Hi, I'm Matt McMurray from Campus Automotive in Blacksburg, Virginia, and today I'm here to talk about hybrid tires. Now, hybrid tires are something new to the tire industry within the last few years, and the hybrid tire is kind of a mix, a little bit of a mix between a mud terrain and an all-terrain, so it's kind of a step in between. So it's a little more aggressive than an all-terrain, but less aggressive than a mud terrain. And they made this tire primarily for, um, heavy trucks like F-250s and Cummins Rams and Chevrolet 2500s, but also Jeep Wranglers and Toyota Tacomas with small lifts on them. But what they wanted to do is they wanted to have a quiet tire that could also have extra traction for whenever they went off-road. So there are a lot of features on these tires that are newer to the industry. Today I have with me Toyo Open Country RT and a Nitto Ridge Grappler. Now we all know that Toyo and Nitto are sister companies, but some other examples of hybrid tires, and probably the originator of the hybrid tire is the Goodyear Wrangler DuraTrack, which is extremely popular. It's even OE fitment on some Silverados and some different trucks now. Another tire is the Cooper ST Max, which is another older hybrid tire that sort of introduced this to the industry. So the Nitto Ridge Grappler, it has an aggressive design that's meant to look cool, but it's also meant to give you maximum traction. A little less than a mud terrain, but a whole lot more than an all-terrain. They're pretty quiet on the highway. They definitely look aggressive. They have pretty decent wet traction. They have a little bit of siping, but not a whole lot of siping. And they got a lot of features to help come up with a compromise between an all-terrain and a mud terrain. Now here we have a Toyo Open Country RT hybrid tire. Little bit different design, same sort of theory behind the design. Meant to bridge the gap between the Open Country AT2 and the Open Country MT. So an interesting thing about these Toyo tires and the Nitto tires is they have two different sidewall designs depending on what you like aesthetically. Like this sidewall design has blocks that are a little bit serrated and a little bit different shape here. In this side, they're not serrated, but they stick out just a little bit more from the outside of the tire. So these blocks are designed to deflect obstacles off-road so that you don't get a puncture. So, but both sides function the same way, they just look a little bit different. So the Nitto's also got two different sidewall designs, and you can see that the shapes of the blocks on this side are more rectangular. And again, we use these side-biting blocks for a couple reasons. One is to deflect obstacles so we don't get a puncture in the sidewall, but also traction when it's aired down on rocks and mud and snow. Now you can see on this side, the shapes are just a little bit different. Some more triangular shapes, some open blocks. So depending on which side you like the best, it's mainly just for aesthetics. Both sides function exactly the same. If you like this side better, you mount it to the outside. If you like the other side better, you mount that to the outside. So one of the cool features of a hybrid tire is the center rib section have closer tread blocks together, similar to an all-terrain tire, while the outer shoulder blocks are spaced farther apart and they're not connected. So on the inner part of the tire, it's like an all-terrain. On the outer part of the tire, it's really like a mud terrain. So these big blocks with these large voids in between the blocks are designed to dig and clear out mud and debris, whereas the inner blocks are made to provide traction on the road, keep it quiet so that you don't hear a loud roar, yet deliver the traction in the snow and some of the other areas that you would need traction for. Now this particular tire is siped, so you can see the siped. Obviously the sipes are limited on this tire, so it's got a compound on it that's good in the wet and the rain, but also in light snow. Another thing that this tire has is stone ejectors in between the tread blocks. See these ridges here are stone ejectors, and that keeps stone and gravel from burying inside the tire and causing a puncture. All this tread pattern in the middle of this tire is sort of optimized to reduce the noise. So they shape these blocks in a fashion that reduces that harmonic hum that you usually hear on a more aggressive tire or all-terrain tire. This particular tire also has step block edges right on the edges of these blocks here. And you can see where it steps down from the very top of the tread. And when the tire's new, what that allows it is to have more biting edges when you're off-road or you're in the deep snow or the deep mud, or maybe you're on the slick rock in Moab. You just have more biting edges to grab onto whatever terrain that you're on. So on the Ridge Grappler, similar to the Toyo, we also have this center section with these variable pitches and the variable shapes and sizes on these to reduce the noise and the harmonic hums. Obviously, the shoulder blocks on this tire look a little bit different because they're kind of alternating in and out, but also there'll be two, a big void, two more, and another big void, which is a little bit different design, but it's a newer design, and it's meant to stay quiet, but also get maximum traction off-road. Another cool thing about this tire is this reinforced block foundations. So each one of these tread blocks has a foundation, kind of like a footer on a house, and that foundation strengthens the block itself. And when you make this block strong, it doesn't squirm around as much on the road. And when it doesn't squirm around as much, it makes the tire last longer. So that's a cool feature of this tire. You also have these stone ejectors in each one of the voids to keep gravel and stone from injecting it into the carcass of the tire and causing a puncture. But also helps clean out the mud. These ejectors keep clean out mud so that when you're in deep slick mud, it'll throw it out of the tire, keep the tread exposed so that it can dig in and bite. This tire, just like the Toyo, has those step block edges on the tread blocks. And that's just giving us more biting edges for off-road terrain and on-road too, really. We also got some siping in each one of these blocks. We don't have squiggly siping like on a Wrangler Duratrack. That's why neither of these tires are three-peak snowflake rated. But they do still perform well in light snow. Compounds set up to perform well in the rain and get good traction in wet conditions, so you don't have to worry about it, sliding off the road like some older mud tires used to do. Another interesting fact about this tire is, and this tire that we have as an example is actually an F-rated tire, 12 ply. So this tire is great for your big Cummins diesel, Ram 2500, 3500, F250, 350, the GM 2500 HD and 3500 HD. It just gives you, even though you're going to a larger size, it gives you a little bit extra load capacity for those heavy loads, because how many times have you seen big tires, diesel trucks with big tires hauling extremely heavy loads like toy hauler RVs, big gooseneck trailers hauling hay and that sort of thing. So this just gives you that extra peace of mind and strength. And this is one of the only tires that I can think of that's F-rated in most of the sizes. Now, both of these tires have a limited size range. So you're not going to find any 14s or 15s. You're going to find a few 16s, but mainly 18s, 20s, and 22s, which are the most popular sizes for light, heavy trucks and Jeeps. All right, so as far as pricing on these tires are a little bit more expensive than their all-terrain counterparts, and that's because they have a little more technology in them, more functionality, less available sizes, so it makes them a little bit more expensive when you go to buy them. Out of the two tires that we have here, I like this Ridge Grappler the best. I just think that it has a ton of awesome features that really make it a compelling, a compelling buy for anyone, with those heavy duty trucks hauling those heavy loads that want something a lot more aggressive, that want a tire that's going to perform well off road. So if you own these tires and you have any experience with these tires, let me know in the comments how they perform for you so that we can let everybody know. If you're interested in buying a set of these tires, I'll drop a link for my tire buyer in the description so that you can click that link and order some tires and get them delivered. If there are any other tires that you would like me to review or talk about, let me know in the comments and I'll get those for you. Hit that like and subscribe. That would help me out a lot. And if there's anything else, let me know. So here's a couple more tires we might talk about in a later video. Dixie Peck Trail Country EXP and Lee Thompson Baja ATZ P3, both hybrid tires. If this is something that you want me to review and look at, let me know in the comments and have a good day.